Good afternoon. My name is Jerry Price, and I'm the assistant track and field coach for the ladies and the women's program here at Norfolk State University. Norfolk State University is a very rich and traditional program. This is one of the winningest programs in the country. I've been with this program now for 4 years, just completed my 4th year, and I've had nothing but extreme fun. The experience has been great and very overwhelming at times. Had an opportunity to work with some great athletes coming through this program. Now, I want to ask you a question. Why would you like to be an athlete here at Norfolk State? Why would you desire to be at this university, opposed to all the other universities in the country? One, because this is a university, number one, that cares about the whole person, not just the athlete that comes through here. We're looking for those type of athletes that are student athletes. They care just as much about the classroom as they do about their particular sport. In this particular sense, we're talking about track and field. One of the winningest programs at this university. The winningest program in the MEAC, which is the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. We know how to put it together. If you were to come to this university, one of the first things that you would do as a track athlete or a student athlete is become acquainted with what we do on a daily basis. As we first get our program started, what we try to do is make sure that everyone acclimates into our program on a daily basis. We practice every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we give you some work to do over the weekend. Our daily workouts consist of our warm-up, our conditioning, our drills, and then our particular activities for that day, whatever your particular event coach will have you to do. So, that's normally a 2-hour session. Now there's a whole lot that we can do in 2 hours, and then there's just a little we can get done in 2 hours. One thing we try to tell our student athletes is that in order for you to be great at something, you've got to apply yourself 110%. Now at this time, I want to take an opportunity to show you how we interact with some of our athletes. Okay, at this particular time, I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to have one of my athletes go through a drill called the over and under drill. What this drill gives you an opportunity to do is stretch the essential muscles that you're going to need to use while you're going into your workout. This is a pre-warm-up drill. It opens up your hips, your low back, your glutes, hamstrings, and quads. So it's a particular way it's supposed to be done. And every time you do any drill or stretch, you want to make sure it's not a point where you just get tired and sweaty. So one of our prized postgraduates here, Kenneth Smith, is going to show us how this drill looks. Deeply squat, push yourself through, utilizing your hamstrings and your quads to help you extend in a squat form directly under the hurdle, and then pushing up with your hips, keeping your back and your chest tall, and go through. Kenny will go through it one more time. No or yes? Stand erect, hips tall, chest up, squat, push all the way through. Glutes, good job. Push through, tall, open up your glutes, good. Push through, good job. All right, very good. I hope you've enjoyed this short presentation, our demonstration, and the conversation that we've given to you earlier. I'm looking forward to seeing you as a Spartan next year.
How you doing? I'm Coach Frank Tyree, Assistant Strength and Conditioning Coach here at Norfolk State University. I am responsible for training women's softball, men's and women's track and field, and men's and women's basketball. I'm here to talk to you about what we do in the weight room and an annual program for a track and field athlete. First things first, what we do is an athlete will start on our platforms. This is the most important aspect of the training for a track athlete because this is the most explosive lifts, which involves the hang clean, snatches, and jerks, which a track athlete, a sprinter, hurdler, or a jumper needs to be explosive. We do these lifts first because they're the most taxing lifts. After that, we'll move over to our racks, which is where we do our strength lifts, such as the bench, squat, and some shoulder presses, some movements such as that. After that, we'll move over to our dumbbell kettlebell, and med ball area. What we do here is what we call the assistant or supplementary lifts. What these lifts do is they support the Olympic lifts and the strength lifts. So what it provides, these lifts provide balance to an athlete's body. So what they tend to work on is the support muscles, which is support the large muscle groups of the body. These lifts can be dumbbell lunges, dumbbell snatches, kettlebell snatches, curls, different lifts of that nature. These reps tend to be higher because these are smaller muscle groups that tend not to get used as much. However, these muscles serve to be a lot of importance to an athlete because, as I stated earlier, these muscles help support the large muscle groups. An annual program for a track athlete is when they first come to us, they'll begin their program in mid-September. The reps and volume of lifting tends to be higher because during this time of the season, these athletes are just going through pretty much training outside on the track. They're not competing. Therefore, we want to gain a little bit more muscle mass, a little bit more strength. Then as we progress more towards the indoor season, which begins in early December, we'll taper back so the volume gets a little bit lower. So our sets and reps will be decreased. From this point on, we'll tend to go into what we call a power phase, which the athletes on the platform, they'll do sets of 3 reps, 3 to 4 reps, keeping the intensity somewhere around 75 to 85%, and that's in turn to keep up the power. We try to tailor the workout towards what the athlete's doing out on the track and how they're competing. So therefore, if an athlete is competing, we want them to be at their optimal performance. Therefore, we do not want to tax them too much. We want to ultimately enhance their performance and prevent injury. That's the biggest part of the strength conditioning program. Also included in the strength conditioning program is the element of nutrition and recovery. So a new recruit comes to us, many of them never lifted weights, never been on a regimen where they have a certain time they need to lift weights, practice, and eat. So these things are important. Also, as well as the athlete getting an adequate amount of sleep, which is definitely a change for a lot of young athletes, because recovery is very important. Just as important as coming in and lifting the weights is getting enough sleep and enough to eat. So it's pretty much what we do here at Norfolk State in the weight room, the strength conditioning program. As you know, strength conditioning is becoming a vital part of athletic performance at the collegiate level. Hope you have a good day. Again, Coach Frank Tyree, Assistant Strength Coach at Norfolk State University.
My name is Serge Bengon. I'm coaching Norfolk State Track, and I've been here since 2005. And the season usually starts from September all the way to June when some of the students go to national. As a track coach in Norfolk State, I basically coach the sprint and most of them the relays. So I'm really focused on all the short sprint from 200 down and all relay 4x1 and 4x4. Best moment is probably going to be winning championships. Winning championships is very important for the school because every time you win in a conference is important to the school as well. Now we start thinking about outside the box, thinking about national, because our school haven't been in national so much, so we're really trying to make sure we have impact at the national level so we can be comparable to the other school, to the nation. So I'm looking forward to the next season to come, and maybe next year we're going to have more than the whole team going to national. This year we only have 3 people going to national, so hopefully next year we're going to have a handful of students going to national. And I'm really enjoying my job here at Norfolk State, and I'm looking forward to the new season to start.
Hi, my name is Champagne Bell, and this year will be my senior year on the track. I do the 400, long jump, and the relays. My best experience here, I would have to say, making it to regionals and nationals my freshman year. And long jump in the 400. I did real good being the freshman on the team. I had older girls on the team, which they pushed me hard, and I tried to keep up with them. Now, this year, I'm the oldest on the team, so the younger ones, I got to push them. I'm trying to help them to come where I am. I have did a lot for this track team. I scored a lot of points. I helped win MEACs in 2011. And during school, balancing school and track, it's kind of hard because during season we miss a lot of days of school, so you got to talk to your teachers. Some teachers don't understand, some teachers do, so you just got to work with it, what they give you. My favorite event would have to be the long jump. I like to get dirty, I like to be in the sand. I PR plenty of times doing long jump here at Norfolk State University. And this year I will be trying to go for the school record. Hopefully I can get it, we'll see. And during 2016 I plan on going to the Olympics for the event. Hopefully I can jump for Jamaica. That's my goal, that's my long-term goal, so hopefully it comes true.
Hi, I'm Brittany McCants. I come from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I went to Kempsville High School. Now I'm here at Norfolk State University. I'm currently a student athlete here. I became stronger academically and as an athlete. My books, I really needed help from the beginning, but now I learned a lot of things like I used to, the atmosphere and everything like that, because coming from high school is way different. As a student athlete, I also became stronger because I learned how to compete as a collegiate athlete. Being in high school, I was number one. I won everything. I was just like top notch. Coming here, I have to learn how to go with the flow and just learn that winning is not always an option. It's like it's other people out there working harder than you, working as good as you. So I had to learn like coming in first place is not always going to be the case. You just take whatever you do in the track meet, whatever you did wrong, and just power out the next meet. But coming here was like the best decision I ever made. Because I just like my coaching staff helped me with everything, like with my books and also being an athlete. With my books, they stay on top of me. Study hall, make sure my grades are good, make sure I'm going to class. And then on the track, they make sure like they stay on me like consistently, make sure I'm coming out of the blocks right, make sure everything is down pat.
Okay, hi, I'm Kenneth Giles, Director of Track and Field at Norfolk State University. One of the keys I feel to a successful program and being successful at the Division I level is to be able to recruit quality student athletes who can contribute in the classroom and as well as on the track. And the reason why I say you have to be able to contribute in the classroom, because if you can't maintain your eligibility, we'll never get a chance to see how successful you'll be on the track. The NCAA rules are so stringent now that you have to be able to balance both of them, academics as well as athletics. And at the same time, you got to be able to compete at a high level. And that's one of the things that our coaching staff and myself, we look for when we recruit quality student athletes. We not only recruit in Virginia, but we recruit globally also throughout the world, throughout the United States. Even though the 757 have a lot of good quality athletes, but we have to get the best athletes in the world because our competitors, that's what they do. And you know, if someone was to ask me what's the formula for success, I would say that's part of the formula for success. Being able to recruit kids who can compete at both levels, and also being able to recruit student athletes that are coachable, and that because that's a key component of any successful program, not just in track and field, but also in athletics in general, and also in life. You know, you have to be coachable, because once you prepare them for the real world, they got to go out here and make that transition from being a college student athlete to a successful businesswoman or businessman. Yeah, some of the fond memories of the championships we've had has been this 7 consecutive cross-country championships, which is an MEAC record that we currently hold. We've had some good athletes, such as David Kimboy, who was the first MEAC athlete to make it to the NCAA cross country championships back in 2005. So I really cherish the memories of those teams. And in track and field, I would say the team that we had that scored 200 points during the indoor track and field season, and if I can remember, I think it had to have been the 2017. That team was really loaded with a lot of talent, a lot of good student athletes, and you know, I don't think no other team will come close to that record of 200 points. So you know, we've been blessed to have a lot of good kids that come through this program. We've won 8 consecutive MEAC titles during the indoor season, and we had won 7 consecutive during the outdoor season to go along with the cross-country titles that we've won. So I think the coaching staff has done a great job assembling their talent, and when you look back at it, you know, there's a lot of memories, but as you move forward, we're going to have some more to come through this program, and we got to teach them the legacy and the formula to success to make them successful as they compete at this level, and then as they go out here and compete in the real world.
Hello, good evening. I'm Rhonda Berard. I'm the Assistant Director of Track and Field and the Head Women's Track and Field Coach. I've been here 18 years at Norfolk State University. I've been a part of a lot of successful teams from the Division II era as well as into the Division I area that we're working into right now. Again, I've had great mentors such as P. Laverne Sweat, everybody knows her, who's been here for years. She was one of the Olympic coaches in 2000, and it was great to come under her tutelage. And I was her assistant coach for 10 years, and within that time we've had success. As the head women's coach here, I've been here 8 years as the women's coach. We've had successful years. Within those years, I can say we've won 3 championships. And that has been great because as a Division I coach, you can't always say that you're going to go out there, you hope to win a championship, but again, it's not always there to be able to go out there and win a championship. We've had young teams come through here. We have a lot of great talent that's in the making to come in. We're in the process of recruiting other student athletes to come in. We're working closely together, Coach Giles and myself, just to bring the men's and women's team up to what we had, and it's just great to be a part of the success. We've been going to nationals for the past 5 years, and like I say, it's just it's a great opportunity. We've done a lot of great things here. I've seen the track from not having a track at Norfolk State to having a track, and you know, I know everyone asks, well, what is one of the big things that you're proud of? And I'm very proud to say that I was here at Norfolk State when we didn't have a track, and we actually had to walk to Booker T, jog to Booker T to go to practice, which is a local school nearby. Whereas now we have this track. We have a track was built. The university spent over $500,000 resurfacing the track, and it's just great to be a part of everything and to see where we've come from to where we are today. I like to say the first time as an assistant coach, winning our first MEAC championship, and that was in 2000 indoor. And that year I just knew that we were going to win, and you know, just coming in and being able at the Division I level, and we won that indoor championship because we had other teams who were consecutively winning the championship. And I said to Coach Sweater, and that's just been a memory, I said to her, you know, we're going to make t-shirts. And I was real excited, and said, you know, and she says, Ron, I don't want to do that. I said, yeah, we're going to make some t-shirts. And so I still have one of the t-shirts that I persuaded her to make the t-shirts. We got the t-shirt, said conference champion. On the back of the shirt, it said, ride your dreams like a thoroughbred or lag behind like a mule. So being able to go out there, and those are some of the things. I'm a person with a whole lot of little sayings. I like to, you know, put in little quotes, especially when I talk. And that was just a memory, and I won't ever forget that. We were at University of Maryland Eastern Shore, their indoor facility, and we were able to walk away, and it was a very proud moment because it was a group of ladies that we brought in together, and some of them were getting ready to leave and graduate, and they had an opportunity to be a part. In 2000, and Norfolk State went into Division I in '97. So 2000, we're proud to say that we were able to come out and win an MEAC conference championship. My advice for an incoming freshman is, again, you want to follow, and by following, it's going to help you to become a leader, and you want to make sure that you're in the classroom, getting your academics, doing all the things you need to do, because again, the NCAA has put out a lot of strenuous demands for student athletes and for coaches. And for freshmen coming in here, I want them to understand that the title that you hold holds true. You are a student, then an athlete. You are a student first, then an athlete. And we cannot have you to be the athlete student. We want student athletes here. We want students who are willing to go into the classroom, give everything that they have, be a challenge out there on the track and in the field, and do what is asked.
Hi, I'm Nicole Eminato. I'm one of the assistant athletic trainers here at Norfolk State University. I work with the track and field team. Just take a little tour of our facility. Around here is all our rehab equipment. So if you get injured, we do rehab for a lot of injuries, everything else. So this is some of our basic equipment. Also, over towards my right is our taping station. So if you need ankle taped or a foot taping, this is where we do all our taping. If you follow me over to this section, kind of wide open space, we have our treatment area with our treatment tables, our ultrasound units, stim units. Also, this is, if in case you would get hurt, you come in, this is the area we would evaluate you. And then all the way in the back is our cold therapy room with our whirlpool and also our ice machine. If you're a freshman, you will come, if you're invited to come onto the track team. We do physicals, so you would get on campus, and right before your first day of practice, you would see our physicians, and we take you through your physical paperwork, just working past medical history, past injuries, everything else like that. I think a lot of mistakes, common mistakes is not being, especially on their physical paperwork, not being honest of past injuries. And then when you question them about past injuries, they say, oh yeah, by the way, I had this happen in 8th grade, I did have a hamstring injury before. Because sometimes when we go through the physical paperwork, we try to, I don't want to say red flag some kids, but some kids that need help right away to do just preventive rehab, we'll try to get those kids in ahead of time. I think another big mistake is with hydration and eating properly, because a lot of athletes are so used to getting that at home, and now they have so much freedom. They don't understand how they're getting older in their body. They need to do more work to take care of their bodies. Also in regards to just more with stretching and flexibility exercises as well. My work during track meets would be to get there. A lot of preventative is stretching. Also, if anybody needs taping, ultrasound, and then just to make sure I'm around when the athletes are running their events. So in case something does happen on the track, I can go assist the athlete and getting them out, and then just doing whatever first aid I have to do and whatever injury evaluation I do, and then also kind of making those calls if someone may not be able to go back in to participate in other events. I think all the track athletes, they're really easy to work with. I think just being able to see athletes to come back from really tough injuries and make it to regionals and make it to nationals, and then as a team as a whole, being a part of championships and having kids running their best PR. So